All right, today I have at Northside Community Economic and Development Center, Mr. William Peoples. Mr. William Peoples has been an advocate for the city of Salisbury and Rowan County for quite some time. He's been involved in a lot of extracurricular activities as far as outreach here in Rowan County. He's also been given the key to the city several years ago. Mr. Peoples, just want to ask you a couple questions. How long have you been involved in the NAACP?
I've been involved probably about 18 years. I'm a past president. I was president from the year 2000 to 2001. And then from there, I became first vice president, second vice president. Now I'm currently first vice president again.
Wow, that's quite some tenure there. I could, in tonight's meeting, I could definitely tell that you're very, very well versed in the NAACP bylaws. It almost seems like you know that without having to look at a book. How did you become so involved in the NAACP?
Well, Chris, when you got a passion for what's right, and when you stand on righteousness, you take the time to get involved and know as much as you can. And, you know, when I think about the steps, the shoulders I stand upon, then I have a responsibility and duty to do the best that I can and be as intelligent about the things that I need to be involved in, know the rules and regulations. One thing you find out in life is this: once you learn the game is the same, but the rules change.
And you're absolutely right. I'm, 40 and young, but I'm sort of learning the games now, and you're dead on when you say that the games stay the same, but the rules change. Mr. Peoples, what's going on in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Capitol?
Well, what's going on with Raleigh is this. Not picking on any political side, but as you can see, the Republicans have the Senate and the House, and they are passing all of their bills. Poor people are still being the downtrodden. They're still bearing the brunt of the legislature. Just to give you an example, the reduction of your unemployment benefit from $500 to $300 a week. That is led by the North Carolina, Salisbury legislative bunch. It's coming right out of Rowan County. Some of the other stipulations that's being sent from Raleigh out of Salisbury is putting the identification card on your food stamp, your picture on the food stamp card. Then the drug testing of food stamp recipients. That's part of the legislative agenda out of Rowan County. And through all this confusion that's going on, no jobs have been brought in. So you still have people who are unemployed, that was unemployed when we sent those people down there. So the question is, what have they done to benefit you? If your life is better, then good. But most people say their life is worse because there's still no jobs here.
Right. Well, and I think unemployment in the city of Salisbury and Rowan County is still down. I'll have to check that as well because I don't like to put generalizations out there. I like the facts. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, the unemployment is still down. Mr. Peoples, do you feel as though, I think the cliche that people are speaking of now with our governor, Mr. Pat McCoy, they are relating his principles to George Wallace of Alabama. Is there any parallels there?
Yeah, Mr. McCoy is, he is hiding behind his hand, as they say. Art Pope is a good example. Art Pope is one of the guys who owns Rose's store, who takes his profits and put it back into political candidates who he's trying to buy and to get out his agenda. And so Mr. McCoy took money from it. The last thing he did was made him budget director. So what do you think he's doing? He is using the budget power to keep poor blacks, whites, everybody else down. So it's across the board. The discrimination is not with one race, but it's with everybody. And when you look at the fact that he took kickbacks from sweepstake parlor owners, and he said that it was going to be transparency. Well, he's already had to give back money. So Pat McCrory is just like every other politician. They say one thing, once they get in there, they do a different thing. So, you know, it's business as usual.
Business as usual.
Business as usual.
Absolutely. I know, William, you've been a strong supporter here in Salisbury when it comes to the City of Salisbury Police Department. And on occasion, we've experienced some police brutality, and there have been some payoffs as far as lawsuits are concerned. And I think you've worked closely with the recipients of those lawsuits. How's the Salisbury City Police Department able to pay out hefty lawsuits and retain the same officers that are in question?
Well, that's a good question, Chris, and I think the biggest problem that I can say is this. You as a citizen have the right to fair and equal treatment under the law. There were measures put in place to make sure that the police abided by the rules that they're governed by. But one of the things that you see is that sometimes the police don't have the ability to police themselves. And then when it comes down to whose truth is right, sometimes you have to shame city officials just like you do anybody else. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And, you know, with the modern technology we have today, a camera. And so a camera is used both ways. A camera is in a police car. When he turns his blue light on, the camera rolls. So always remember, that camera is on you from him, and then it's always a reminder for him that people have cameras on them. That's one way to keep both of them honest.
I think one of the legendary coaches said once upon a time, Lou Holtz, the eye in the sky don't lie.
That's right.
Mr. Peoples, we really appreciate your time. We really appreciate what you do here in Salisbury, Rowan County, being an advocate for oppressed people. And, you know, hopefully with the NAACP gaining sports here locally, maybe we could get some things done.
Well, Chris, the thing of it is this. We need participation for the city, from the citizens of this town. And the thing of it is this. It's easy to criticize, but always be ready to jump in and help make a difference to change the system. We need more change agents out here. More people to get involved and roll up the sleeves and make sure that you hold your feet, politicians and everybody else's feet to the fire.
You've heard it here. We're broadcasting live at North Long Street Community Economic Development Community Center. Mr. William Peoples holds the key to the city of Salisbury because he believes in shaking things up. Thanks, Mr. Peoples.
Thank you. What I wanted to tell them, the reason I got the key to the city, you know, when you get tired